Hello everyone. So this week let's have a look at Bitcoin to see where the market is going. First, starting with high time frame, and then looking into the lower time frames to try to see where the price would go, where the bottom is. Then once I will share my point of view on this, we can have a look at two additional things. So first, it will be fun to look at Luna Classic. I still see a lot of people bullish on it, so I want to share my opinion on it, and then a recommendation for a meme coin if that's your thing. Because for the moment I'm not interested in doing anything in the market, but I thought that this one might be interesting. So I will tell you more at the end of this video. You can skip to there if that's the only thing you want to look at. So first, let's look at the monthly for Bitcoin here. So this is some screenshot I took from the one of the tweets I made. Actually, these will be a lot of content from this video. Is just basically me going through what I shared this week on Twitter. So here what I basically observed is that every single past bottom for Bitcoin was always linked to kind of somehow a bullish candle on the monthly. So you can see here, for example, there is a clear wick which shows there is demand at a certain level. So these are not always the most bullish candle, but you see, for example, here this is followed by an inverse hammer, okay, which is kind of an inverse hammer. There was some low liquidity at the time, I suppose, but this is still a bullish formation. Here again, this is a very bullish candle. Here, not the most bullish candle, since you can see it's basically somehow similar to here, even though there is no rejection on this side, but it's followed by a long accumulation, and then okay, you can clearly see that was the bottom. There was some argument to be made depending on how things would look like after that. Then we can look here again. This candle is not bullish, so it's followed by another candle, a monthly candle, which is this time a bit more bullish. There's an argument to be made there, but then we still need to look at the next following candle, which is okay, starting to look a bit like an inverse hammer, which shows there is somehow a reversal possible here. But on the monthly, you can always see there is some argument to be made based on the candle formation. Same thing here, same thing here. But now let's have a look at the monthly. Let's have a look at the monthly here, currently forming. So there was this first candle, which is not bullish at all, because you can see the body of the candle is much more pronounced than the rejection. There is very small, there is a reaction, of course, because here there was a support. So there was a reaction, and then we had a small bounce, which failed to even retest this level here. And then the second candle was a complete rejection here, and then a very small wick here. So this is again not bullish. Here, this candle has rejected a lot more in the demand than in the supply, and it even closed lower than all previous three candles. And this candle here, which is this current month, has tested the demand above, but it has rejected very, very fast, and now it's looking like it wants to go lower. So at best, in my opinion here, you get a retest of this level. If that doesn't hold, then you're looking at the next significant level. For me, after this level, it will not be this level on the monthly. It's clearly going to be somewhere here. So we will go towards 12,000, and I even think we could go as low as 10,000, even going below 10,000 possibly. So let's have a look at the next charts to expand a bit on this. So this was actually okay, a zoom, a bit more better resolution, but that's basically what I just discussed. You can see this is not looking great. This candle closed lower than all three previous candles. Every single candle here on the monthly is looking worse, and this one is not looking better. I don't see any argument to be made that the bottom is in on the monthly. Either this candle will be sideways, so we're staying at the same price for this month, so nothing to look at, and depending on how this candle will close, we can start discussing if there is an argument to be made for the bottom. But for the moment, there is nothing that we can say about this. So here, at best, you can say that sideways, or you don't know, or lower prices. I really don't see how we can call for a reversal of the price based on this. Again, I think for Ethereum, same idea. You can see there is always a bullish monthly candle when there is a bottom. There is always some argument to be made. But here, people are starting to be bullish, and I really don't see how it can be. You can see this candle here. This candle is a continuation candle. So you had a rejection here, a strong rejection. This is not bullish, and then you have a continuation candle. So at best here, you will have a candle closing at more or less the same level, or maybe rejecting, going slightly here into the demand, maybe rejecting, and then you can have some bullish formation, which can say, okay, now we have potentially a bottom, and maybe we can look at prices going higher. But based on this, you cannot say that this month will be bullish. There is no argument here, and I can illustrate this by showing a similar formation, which is here back in, I think this was 2018. Yes, if you look here, there is a very similar formation. So you have this candle, which is not bullish, but then there is an engulfing of the price, followed here by some kind of rejection, even though this one is worse. This one is worse, since you see the rejection here is a lot stronger than the rejection here. So this candle is worse than this candle. And then you have here a continuation candle. And you see what happened after. So this would be October. And this would be where we are now. This candle is not bullish. So of course, based on this candle, you can keep your bearish point of view. And then the next candle was of course very bad price action there, which followed by months of bearish price action. So here, same thing. Depending on how this will close, you will know how next month will close. I don't think we can look or think about a bottom before the month of November at the soonest. That's my point of view. So this is just the trading view chart, which we had open last week. Let's have a look a bit more, a bit closer here. So this is what I'm looking at. So you can see there is a clear downtrend. So just a second. On the weekly, it will be evident. So here you see there was this kind of formation on Head and Shoulders, broke down, then just going down here, and then tried to retest it at this level, then continued the kind of a bear flag. Then this is where things got very, very ugly. Then we are again here at this level, which initially we could think this might be a bottom. It looked very nice in terms of a potential bottom, but you can see how the price action is. This is not bullish. There's nothing bullish about this. So people who are bullish here, they are supposedly, I suppose, looking at this level, saying this might be the bottom, but the price action at this support is not looking nice. There is nothing bullish about it. So either it will kind of have a bullish engulfing here, and then some kind of reaccumulation, and then you can see, okay, the price structure at this level now is starting to look bullish, and then it will be maybe 10% higher, but you can have more conviction. But based on this, I really do not see it. For me, what's going to happen here is we are going to break down, retest this level, then we are going to go at this level, which is where the price compressed prior to taking a major leg up. So for me, this is a very significant level. This will be where I would look for a bottom. But since there is there will be a lot of volatility coming there, it's possible that we even wick below and go below 10,000. So here, this is a zoom in the previous support, so which is here on the daily chart, to just study the price action. So what's happening at this support? Why am I not bullish on it? So you can see the first time we touched this level, we had a strong rejection. So we formed a high here. This was the level that we could not reach again. Then we retested this support, and you can see the second time we retested it, the price didn't go as deep in the supply. So here, what happened is that you can see you had a small wick, then the price didn't even go into the demand. Then again, small wick, then stronger rejection, making a high. Then again here, retest of the supply for a third time, not even barely going into this demand level, and then going even higher. So this is a clearly bullish formation, which was capped at this level. So at this level here, you can see it couldn't even breach this point. So I think the level here didn't reach this level. But once we went here, then what happened? We made a new low. So this bullish price action was not bullish anymore. So we made a new low. Then here we made a lower high. And this is the lower high. So then everything here is starting to look more bearish and bearish. And then we look at the fourth test of this demand zone, and you can see we closed inside of it. So that's already more bearish than all these three touches. Then we bounced quite strongly, but got rejected at this level, so diagonal here. So clearly confirming there is a downtrend. Then again, touching this level, closing even lower, spending more time in it, then rejecting, again touching this level, which that was an old chart actually. I will, if you look at the daily now, you can see here that we are actually way lower. So now this chart here was at $20,200. Now we are at $19,300 or $400. So you can see that was rejected. And then now what will happen is we will retest these lows and they won't hold. That's what I can say based on what I'm seeing here. We won't hold this level, and then we will go down, probably retest here, and then we will go into the next logical bottom. That's what I'm seeing. And here, okay, this is an interesting observation I had. So looking at the top around 65,000 here, 69,000, you can see some similarities in terms of what price action is happening here compared to the previous levels. So if you see here, we were at the top, then we rejected strongly, so big dump, which is very similar to this dump here, followed by when you follow this accumulation. So you had a big dump, then you had kind of an uptrend here, then starting to look like a bearish price action, and then after the bearish price action, this level is breached, and then you start the next leg down. Then the first dump here, looking like this one, then we arrived at this level, because here that was the support, which was logical. Then you have a bullish price action, and then here you can see again, this is looking like a downtrend, a bearish price action, which reminds me here of this level. So I think next week is the week where things might look ugly. That's what I think. And then here, this is just a fractal of the previous bottom. So in 2018, so the price action here is exactly one-on-one. There is no scaling done. So basically, what I was looking here is I was looking at finding the inflection points. So for example, here this is the top aligned with the current top. Then you can see here this point is aligned with this top again, and then you can see here again you have a sideways price action going, and that was actually the 6,000 level, which is coinciding with the current level, which also reminds me of basically what happened back in 2018. We had a very similar price action, then we broke down this level, and then we went testing here. So for me, fractals are interesting, especially in terms of timings. You can usually find some similarities based on the time and based on inflection points. And if we follow this logic, we will have some kind of bottom forming in November. Then we will have some sideways, and then we have the reversal. And I also like this because I know that the Mongox coins will be released in January. And for me, it's like when you have a bearish event, it's basically the opposite as for bullish events. The price will go down towards this event, and then it will reverse when this event occurs. So once the coins will be released, that is where the price will reverse. It's not that the price will dump after this event. Most likely, it will be basically factored in, and the price will reverse. So that's what I'm looking at. It makes sense to me to look into things that way. It also fits with seasonality. So usually Q4 where the price will bottom. It also fits with the time frames for previous cycles. So everything is aligned here, and there is no bullish price action at the moment. So unless we see something like this, the green price here, then I will change my mind. But for the moment, that's not the case. Here we have just an interesting observation. So the gold in 1975, I believe, topped at the same market cap, exactly the same market cap as Bitcoin topped here. And you see there is a similar price action going on. So there was a first top followed by here you have a second top which is lower, higher, sorry, but slightly higher, and then this is where the correction started. And you see basically the similarity is that the price retested the at ATH, then it bounced, then it had some kind of sideways going on, then you had these wicks here, basically similar to what we have now, and then it broke down and tested the level at which the expansion started. So very similar to what we have here. So we have a retest of this ATH, some wicks happening here, bearish price action, nothing looking good. Then we have a breakdown, retest of this expansion level, and then this is where the price action starts. So something to look into. And also interesting fact, back in the time the inflation was above 10%, and it was a similar narrative that helped gold take off. So just something to take into account. Okay, finished with Bitcoin. Now a quick word about Luna Classic. I see a lot of people bullish on this, and I think, okay, I really don't understand what's the point of being bullish on this asset for the moment. All the narratives played out. Binance added the tax to remove the or to burn the supply, but it will be negligent. I mean, long term, it will be a very low amount of the percentage gone, and it will just take so long anyway. And in any case, short term, there is no more catalyst. Once Binance has added this tax, it's over. What more can you get than that? You will not get anything more than that. And looking into the chart itself, you can see there is this supply box here, right? And you can see that the price wicked in it, got rejected. So first these two tests, then this big rejection, and now we are here. And for me, what I see here is the price will just go down, 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 reach this level, go sideways, and then I don't know what will happen. But it's super similar to what Shiba Classic did at the time. So I think we are here for Luna Classic. You can see we had the big expansion. We had a retest of ATH. So this was this level. Then we go down, retest the supply, then we continue to go down. It's basically the same thing. So we tested this level, ATH, then we go down, retested here, this level, then we continue to go down. And you can see it's a very similar price action. If you zoom in like this, it's very, very similar. So we had a long accumulation, then the price went up, test the ATH, then it went down. And there is nothing different here, in my opinion. So I'm not sure what they are looking into, but I think this is over for this. Okay, then last thing, this Spooky Inu. This is a meme coin I found on Twitter. A lot of people started sharing it, and then I looked into the website. I liked what they shared. I liked the design, the graphics of the meme coin. I also like the price action. So it has been launched so 2 days ago, and it's basically just going up here. So this is bullish for the moment. I also like that it's not that much high. So I think from the start point here all the way to this level, you have maybe 6 or 5x, I think. Let us check quickly. Yeah, see, not even that. So maybe like 4 to 5x. So it's not exaggerated. You have quite good liquidity, more than 100,000 compared to the market cap. So it's not that high. But what I like about it is that, okay, I think this is based on Halloween, and it's a new meta. For meme coins, you usually have metas changing every time, and the first coin that launches and creates the meta basically will be the one that has the highest returns. And what I like about this is that we have Halloween in 3 weeks, so this could be a nice play if you want to take a small gamble on this. I think, okay, the market cap is low, but really there is nothing else to look into. Since I'm bearish on the market, I like this play as my only play with some dust, like a few $100, and then see what happens there. You can easily have a 20 to 30x, even 50x with this kind of plays if you find the good ones. So there is zero tax, also something I like. You don't have to pay any percentage of your account just to get into it. So zero taxes. And the good thing is, okay, these meme coins, they are not correlated to the market. So no matter what happens, even if you have a big crash, this could still take off. So a nice, interesting play if you want to try it. this is the only thing I like for the moment. So have a look and decide for yourself what you want. Okay, that's it. Thanks. Have a good day, guys. Bye.